So for me, standing feet outside of hips, maybe even under shoulders, going to tilt my head to the side for 2, bring it back center and hold. Other side, tip for 2. We remember we do 3 rounds of everything in terms of trying to extend our range. So we're not trying to hit that functional range right off the hop. Last one, shoulder shrug, back roll. So up, back and down. Add a little bit of elbow pull behind your back, up, back and down. One more time to the back. And then forward, same thing. We go up, and you can again move your elbows, rotate and palms in, and kind of take your hands from the side of the body to the front. Okay, round 2, tip the head. 1, 2. So a little more than the last time, but not all the way. Again, if you've got really good flexibility, go for it. Keep eye gaze to the front of your body. Try not to look down or up. Awesome. Shoulder roll to the back, up, back and down, up, back and down. Again, this time hands can go side and then towards the back pockets. Last one, forward, 4, up, round to the front, up, round to the front. 2 more. Nice. And one more round of lateral flexion. 1, 2, go for the stretch. This is our 3rd time, and we want to get that range if we can. And I can almost assure you that it's a little bit more than when you first started. So there you go, progress already. Side 2. Head center, shoulder rolls up and back. Last time, up, back and down. Up, back and down. 2 more. Awesome, and then forwards, up and around. Use a bit more elbows or to stretch out the upper back, cross the shoulders. All right, now we're going to rotation, like we're saying no. We're gonna turn and then back to the center. Again, remember 3 rounds. So really, you don't need to take your head all the way to the side. Maybe just look to the corner of the room. Keep the shoulders down, don't let them shrug up. All right, this time, shoulder roll up, but add the elbow circle. You're gonna draw circles with your elbows on the side. Kind of open up through your chest, and then same thing to the front. Lift your elbows up, and then push your fists towards the front of the body. All right, round 2. Side bend with the head, turn. A little more. Not side bend, I lied. Turn. Okay, this is round 2 of 3, so again, we don't need to go to that max range quite yet. We want to keep the shoulders facing the front. So if you feel your body turning, you've gone a little too far for this round. Shoulder roll up and back at the elbow, up. Big squeeze. Keep that torso lifted, roll to the front. Fists coming in. So it's a little more deliberate, squeeze chest so you stretch your back. 3rd round, looking to the side, and if you can, biggest range, go for the stretch. You feel a stretch. Turn towards that wall, but still in front of the shoulder, remember. Keep shoulders to the front of the room, back to the center. One more time, turn, back to the center, and your shoulder roll back, elbow, bring it up, back and around. And these should feel a little bit better on this 3rd round, hopefully. Okay, just drive those elbows back. One more time, forward. And then punch those fists in the front, squeeze the chest so it opens up the back. Awesome, one more time. And release, shake out those arms. All right, last one, I'll turn sideways for it. Same stance though, it's chin down to the center, chin up to the center. First round goes down for 2, just let it hang a little. You're basically looking ahead on the floor, and then just up a little, look to where the wall and ceiling basically meet. Okay, little down, up. Good, let's try. Down again. And one more time, up. This time, your circles, arms, up. We're gonna add some breathing in here. It's gonna help. Inhale. Exhale, sigh when the arms come down. Now take them back, back stroke. And if you need to, bend the arms. That is cool. You can even do what we did the last time with the elbows. Okay, back to your chin down, down, 2. So So you're letting it hang just a little, and then up 2. Okay, again, this is round 2, so we're not trying to get really far yet. Maybe you are looking at the toes, great, you don't have to. Good, try one more time. Remember, we've got some options where we could hold the head, we could hang, down, hold, shoulders, up, big circle, up, okay, up. Feel a little bit of work in the core, which is nice if you're standing. Switch, back. Okay, just draw big circles. Think of the sides of the room. Final round coming up. Hold, chin on. Yeah, just touch your chest if you're feeling good with that. And then looking up, pushing your jaw forward when you do that. That'll stretch down, touching towards your chest without tipping the body forward. Up. On back center, one more time. Let it hang. Good, one more. And hold. And when you bring the head down, clasp fingers, this is what I was talking about. Let it hang. And then start to look up. Push your head against your hands. Head center, release the arms, big circles. A little click in my shoulder. But it's loosening up. Awesome. Other way. Take that big breath in. 2 more. Awesome. 1 more. Good job. Give it a little shake. Perfect. So cervical range of motion done. This should be pretty good. Should be able to have not a problem to take our heads back so we can even see where we're putting the ball when the time comes. Okay, next we're going to do a little bit of shoulder, some tricep to get us ready to go here. Again, if you want, you can have a seat instead. First one, arm across. Keep shoulders towards the front. Don't pull all the way. Tricep. We start nice and low. Pull up. This arm's just going to come over. You can rest it on your head. Good. Side bend. Pushing your ribs out. So keep your lower body still. Back to the center. Release the arms. Give them a little swing. Other side, cross. So again, try not to let it twist. Tricep, start with a push. And if you can, bring your hand up on your head if you want for this first round. And then push out, rib side. So again, think torso nice and long. You can take nice deep breaths, that will help. Good, back to the center, release. Arms release down in front, give them a little swing. Back to the top, round 2. Now maybe you can hold a little bit higher, meaning higher towards your shoulder, higher up. All right, here comes that tricep. This time I'm gonna try to touch a little bit towards top of my traps, so by my neck. Arm comes up overhead. Add a bit of a pull if you're feeling good on this second round. If not, just rest your hand. And the side bend. Not only push the ribs out, but try to link your torso long, so lift, and then pulling will help. Back to the center, release your arms, give them a swing. Other side, cross. This is round 2 on the second side. All right, tricep. Round 2, we're trying to touch across a little bit more, and we're pressing. And if you can, hand comes up, give it a pull. And add that bend. Get those ribs out on the side. Awesome. Come back up center, release the arms, give them a couple shake. You got 1 more round. All right, back to the first side. Arm across. So this third time, you might bring your arm a little higher. If not, keep it down low. We're still holding anywhere between the elbow and the shoulder, keeping shoulders to the front. And then this time, when we come up, we're going to try to reach towards the opposite shoulder blade there. And then up and pull. And then add a little more side bend, not just the ribs, now down to the side, close to the waist. Come back up center, release down, give it a good swing. Last one, arm comes up, hold it nice and high, keep shoulders to the front, reach as far, like give it a good wrap, right towards the center. Take it, then release that. Add your side bend. Put a little bit into the waist. Come back to the center. Release the arms. Give it a good shake. Awesome. Okay. We're going to wrap. Okay, we got one more thing to do before we hit the ball. So we're just wrapping, trying to keep the legs steady. And we started doing a little bit of a side bend. So this is what I would like as our main move. Now watch. Pick one arm. Reach back. You can grab fingers first. Let the shoulder be pulled down. Tilt your head to the side. So it's that lateral flexion. Release. Other side. Grab fingers first. Tilt the head to the side. Okay. Release. Wrap. A little higher. You touch your ribs on the front arm, the back arm. Try to bend at the elbow. Again, this is going to help us when we need to place the ball at the back and kind of move it around. Loosen that up. 2 more. Last one. Hold. Pick your favorite arm. Take it behind so you know it. Fingers. This time, if you can, maybe grab at the whole hand. Tilt. Switch. Grab at the whole hand. Tilt. Okay, one more time. You release. This time when you wrap, top arm, cross. And so my back arm, I'm trying to bend it. And so that the back of my hand comes up. So you're just doing a wrap. You got it. 2 more. 1 more. Awesome. And we do the wrist pull. So this time, if you can, you're grabbing at the wrist. Hopefully those wraps and the bends behind helped. Tilt the head to the side. All right. Same thing other side. Release and grab that other wrist. Pull it down. Tilt your head away. Okay, awesome. Release and shake. And now you're going to try to flow from one to the other. See if all of that helped at all. So again, we will start just a touch. Then we'll try to reach. Then we'll try to reach and hold. Okay, so I'll flip around a couple times. So just take a nice deep breath. Let me stand back. Lift your arms up, shoulder height. And then you're going to take one hand, just touch your shoulder. Think of the tricep stretch. And then the wrap, first round, where we just had our hands nice and low, small the back. Okay, so same thing. Let's try 4 reps. And again, remember, just flowing between the move will help us rather than pulling in a static position. And I feel pretty flexible already after all that, and I can feel that I'm lifting my hand higher than I need to. But if you want to, you go for it. 2 more, and we're wrapping. One last one. Good. Release. Here's your move in the center. Fingers in front. Round the back. Push your palms. Bring them up overhead. Up. And release down. Back to your wrap. This time, touch between the shoulder blades there. Higher up, actually. Right? So center of your traps, basically. See if you can reach with the fingers. Bottom hand. See if you can get back of your hand touching your back. And then a little wrist bend. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hands to the front, fingers together. Push the palms. Do a pelvic tilt. So stretch out your back. Rise up as you inhale. Exhale, sigh. Here's your last one. We wrap. And we're going to hold. Try to touch fingers. Oh, I can't do it. 3, 2. But that's better than before. Switch. I can assure you, there's no way I would even been able to get this far. 4, 3, 2. We switch and do it again. So the nice thing here is you can use like that sock. You could actually do that. You could grab the one side at the top and then hold and grab the bottom. So we've done that before to help. One more time. And then release. Fingers together, front. Last time. Push with your pelvic tilt. Rise up. And down. Fantastic. Shake it out. Okay, if you have a wall, if you have a chair, this is the last thing I want to do before we hit the ball. So I'm going to take my chair. The idea would be to finish stretching out through the chest because we were doing this. Right? Yeah. So we were doing that. I would hold both hands out in front, and then I would turn my body, leave one hand on, and see how far I could get comfortably. Back of my hand can just go to the chair, or my palm can touch the chair. And I'm trying to see if I can turn my body. The shoulder may be back, and that's okay because that's some rotation in your spine, and that's fine too. We did wraps and twists, so should not be an issue. I turn back around. I do the same thing on the other side. So if you have a wall, obviously you would put your arm against the wall like so, or a door frame, right? The idea is to turn legs, hips towards the wall. If you can get both shoulders, great. If not, do not worry about it. And you can also do this, right? Very similar. Come back. Here's one more thing for you. If you have a door frame, you would put your hands up at the top and you would let your weight of your body fall forward. You could lunge it if you were concerned about falling. If you're using a chair like me, I would just reach out arm's length again, step back, and then I would hinge at the hip, relax at the elbows, and just let my head come through my arms. And of course, obviously, you got a nice hamstring stretch going too, but if you don't want that, you could bend. And then you would come back up and try one more time. Same thing. So you just come down. Because we did all those stretches before, this is why we don't necessarily need to do 3 rounds of this one, but it feels pretty good. So if you want to, go for it. You want to come up. All right, so let's shake. So hopefully all of that helps, but this may help even more. If you want to get the ball or your ball in your sock, set yourself up so that you can put the ball behind the back. All right, so let's see. Hopefully that's a good visual for you. All right, so I've got my ball. I'm gonna take it in that tricep stretch. I'm gonna help myself, and I'm gonna bring the ball down and start to just push with my fingers. I'm leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward. And I want to get it towards the shoulder blade. Okay, so it takes some practice, I find, to be able to get it down to exactly where you feel a knot. So don't worry if you can't get it right now in this class because we don't have a ton of time. But it takes some practice, and it's something you could try a couple times to get it down there. If you need the sock, I find that really is helpful. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, make sure we've got pressure against the ball. Take our arm down, turn our palm forward, kind of anatomical position. And we're going to bend palm up and do rotator cuff. So we should feel some movement at the ball there. If we put it anywhere in a spot that needs a little bit of working out, if it's tight, then you can feel it. One more time, hold out to the side. We're gonna raise our arm up like we're lifting up till the upper arm's parallel to the floor, and then back in. Okay, so just up and then down. This one, hold it up, freeze. One arm chest fly, pretty simple. It comes in, so then the ball's gonna move, which is nice. And you don't have to move your body. It's just gonna go. Make sure again you have a nice long torso. If not, the ball would fall out, so I'm pretty sure you're good. One more time. Hold, extend your arm, turn palm in, karate chop down. So parallel to down. Okay, and if you want, you can take a little bit higher than parallel. Yeah. Now we're gonna try a full circle to finish. So turn the palm, lift up, come up overhead, karate chop down. Turn the palm, so it's important to do that rotation. Rotate so palm faces in for the chop. One more time. Turn it, it comes down. Done this side. Ah, not bad. You can let it go. And other side, same thing. All right, so I start with a little tricep Stretch to help me get the ball back there. Get some pressure on it, and then slightly move forward. Again, and maybe you may need to do the hand underneath. That's why we did that stretch too, all right? And then find the spot, tight right there. Feel pretty good. All right, are we ready? Same thing, the palm. So let me show you on this side. It's palm facing forward. Hold up like you're holding a platter or something, and it's rotator cuff. Okay, you guys go. I'm gonna switch my chair around. So rotate, out, back in. Just rotate and back in. One more time, rotate and back in. So we rotate, hold out, and you're gonna lift up and down. Okay, keep it going. So you lift up and down. Up and down. This time up and hold. One arm, chest fly. And when you're bringing that arm back, try to line it up with your body. So bring it right back. And if you're feeling more flexibility, you can bring it back a little further towards that wall. Bring it in front, hold, karate chop. Okay, so again, arm is going to try to come back. If it can touch the wall, great, which in most cases it should be able to, but don't press too hard. All right, we ready for the circle? Bring it down, turn it up, around, and down. Turn it up, around. Good. One more. Turn it up, around, and down. Done. Shake it out. Release the ball. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Good job. So we're going to do one more thing. Both arms, basically. So we're going to try to get the ball center of our traps. So this is where you may need to do our wrap. So I like to start at the top. I have my other hand ready at the bottom. Again, the sock is pretty nice for this one. And so now it's more center my trap. It's kind of below. Hang on. So it's still up pretty high. Center of your traps are higher. Okay, so push it up a bit. All right, and you might need to roll it around. Remember, find your spot. Okay, put them together. Rotate out, and you're pulling those arms back. So remember I said before, your goal eventually would be trying to bring your arm down in line with the body, if not touching the wall on some of the moves. That's what we're looking for here. One more time to the front. When we go out to the side, we lift them up. Think goal post. Up, and then down. Pulling your elbows into your side or your lats. They're doing the work. So pull down, squeeze. You should have really good posture this whole time. Probably hard to avoid because there's a ball sticking in the middle of your back. All right, we come up and we karate chop. We can raise them a little higher. Karate chop. You got a karate chop. All right, we ready for some circles? Here we go. Up, around, in and down. Up, around. Just try to squeeze the ball, obviously. All right, one more time. Up and around. Don't forget to rotate. Pom, pom, palms. And then palms facing in. That's their last one here. Done. Shake. Good job. Let her go. Beautiful. All right. You're done with your wall. We're going to finish on the floor. So just a couple of things. You can also do all of that on the floor with the ball. Oh my gosh. It hurts. Well, it hurts. For those of you that are watching, I know there's lots of athletes on that might be watching or whatever, and you do this kind of stuff all the time, and you're like, yeah, it hurts. But you could get a bigger ball. That I find is a good start. You could have one of the tools I showed with the double ball with nubs. Or honestly, I'll show you another week just how to use the foam roller on your back and do those same rotations to open up the chest and really like massage out the back so you get some mobility in there. But you absolutely can do it with the ball. You could lie. And I would do, well, actually, I'll show you. if I were going to use the ball, I would do bent knees because it's really hard to move around without. And I would put the ball where I would like it and I could feel it. And then the weight of your body, obviously, is really pressing hard because of gravity. And that's when I would do circles. And I would move in. Oh, that hurts. But if it's really tight and sometimes you're not getting enough, you need to let gravity help you. Let gravity help you. But before, we'll do that another time. Let's finish up. Okay, so we were got to about here. Let's do the legs quickly. Again, all of these can be done seated in a chair or lying down too, right? So you always have an option. Let's move that over. Let's have a seat. Cross leg. So one foot on top. I'm going to lie down. Lift the legs up and press with the bottom leg. All right, second thing we want to do, reach through and hold. Okay, if you're sitting, you're just leaning your body forward to the leg instead of bringing leg to you. And then third thing, if you're on the floor, straight leg instead of reaching through, reaching over and lifting your hips by pulling belly button in, hard exhale. So if you're sitting, you are just trying to gradually bring your body lower towards your legs to get similar stretch at the hip. Okay, we're going to release the leg, let it go, bend, switch, same thing. So you can just start with foot on the floor. You could bring legs in, or you can bring them up a little harder, closer by pressing with the bottom leg. Totally up to you. Remember, round one, we want to make sure that we go in stages. We're not trying to really hurt ourselves here, right? So right here, and then you can try to hold. We're trying to keep the head down. So I got this crazy bun, which is actually elevating my head. But if you can keep your head down, that's what you want. And then if you feel good, you could extend the bottom leg. Take a big breath in. Hard exhale, belly button pulls in and up to help you bring the leg up. If this leg is tight, which it usually is on the first round. Breathing super important when you're doing your stretches to gain range of motion. And then you would release. Good, and then we would switch. Other side, round two. We're gonna go straight to reaching through. So, should be able to get that up there on the second round. And then we're gonna extend the bottom leg. Big inhale as we let go. Hard exhale, curl up, head nod. So we're adding the chin tuck. And that'll stretch out through the shoulders. And then we'll release out. Switch legs. Right up to reach through. So if you want, you can go back to foot on the floor, work your leg up too. We've got lots of time. Extend, inhale, hard exhale. One side tighter than the other, but with the breathing able to get there, not too bad. Okay, release. And you switch. We're gonna go right to extended bottom leg. Inhale, hard exhale. See if you can get right up to that. Okay, remember that cervical range of motion. I gaze up at your ankles. And then inhale, release. Exhale, sighs. You switch legs. Inhale, get ready. Exhale, hard kick up. Curl up, head nod. One side always going to be tighter than the other. It's okay. And then release. Uncross. And roll like a ball. Help yourself up. Awesome. Inner thigh. Sole the feet together. So quick legs today. Just kind of rock back and forth on your sit bones. That means you're sitting up really tall. We're not doing a rounded back. All right, line up your lower arm with your lower leg and just lightly press with your elbows. Again, sit on your sit bones because if you round your back, your elbows will be pressing on your inner thighs. So you want elbows towards knees. So you got to flatten your back, pop the chest. Good, release. Here's our transition move to one side, up and switch. And I'm using hands down for help. And just rocking side to side. One more time. Hold center, back to butterfly round 2. This time, reach for your feet. Same thing, sit up on the sit bones, take a big breath in, and when you exhale, walk your hands to the front toes. So reach for the toes now. Weight of the body pressing down, increase that range of motion in the inner thigh, groin area. Good, come on up. When we rock side to side, we're gonna add a quad stretch. We're gonna pull back in and switch. We're gonna add that stretch, pulling your heel towards your glutes. Again, we're flowing from one side to the other to help us. Back to the center, butterfly last time. Okay, should be pretty easy to get into it quick. Start with the hands at the toes. Now we're gonna do a rounded back, so take a nice deep breath in. Exhale hard, do that belly button pull in. And crown the body, think chin tuck, head tilt there, just like we did before. Breathe through this. Weight of the body should feel pressing the legs down. Awesome, come on up. And rotate. This time when you go back, lay right down to your side, come back up. Lay right down to your side, so you come down the forearm. Really pull that leg back. Try to feel the stretch quad, hip flexor versus knee. One more. Awesome, we are almost there. Bring it back to the center. Extend the legs, flex the feet, hamstrings and calves to finish. Walk the hands forward towards your toes. So we're up nice and high, round 1. Round 2, we're gonna get towards our leg, and then round 3 would be touching the floor. But for now, we want a straight leg. So if you can't touch your toes, that's okay. I'd rather you have straight legs and then hands up here and gradually come down. So a little bit at a time. That is the goal, just to see some progress. Awesome, sit up. Here's our transition move. Cross one leg, turn and hug. Sitting up on our sit bones. Release and switch. Other side, same thing, turn and hug. So we'll increase our range with this little transition move. Back to the center. Straight leg. We're reaching top of the foot or ankle. Again, sit bones, so not rounded back, the tailbone. Sit bones, that means pop the chest, squeeze the back. Just breathe through, keeping the legs straight. Again, if you can't touch, I'd rather this. Okay, 2 more. 1, come on up. Cross a leg, turn, hug one hand behind. Just sit up tall. Back to the center, switch. Cross, turn and hug with one hand, other hand down behind. Sit up on those sit bones. Good, back to the center. Forward fold, last time. We're gonna just work our way to floor. Okay, keep legs straight. The other thing you can do if you really wanna go floor, but you're finding that it's too hard to keep legs straight, take legs apart and reach in the center. Okay, you'll still feel hamstring stretches a little easier. Take the legs out. Awesome, here's your last one. Roll up. Cross the leg, turn, and when you go that hand behind, really wrap it back and really try to rotate, looking almost directly behind you. Good, center switch. Same thing, give it a hug. That'll get you around a good way, arm going back. And then press into the hand and really try to rotate. Perfect, back to the center. Sit cross leg. And the way we started, let's finish. Cervical range motion every time. Head tilt, center, head tilt, center, look to the side. So remember, 80-80. Center down, all the way up, and front. Head tilt. Had a hug. Release. Head tilt, add a hug. release, look to the side. Light press on the chin, switch, light press. Center hands behind the head, clasp the fingers down, all the way up. Back to the center, awesome. One last time, head tilt. Add a bit of a pull to the hug if you feel good. Switch, head tilt, hug, little pull. Center, turn, press and reach the opposite arm away. Switch, reach, opposite arm. When you come back to the center, hands behind the head, clasp fingers, palms the back of the head, drop down, look the weight of the arms, fold in, and then press the head against the hands, squeeze your back, open chest, head center, release your arms, shake everything out, and that's it. You are done.